All right, Pete. The No Limit Chronicles. How has the response been?
Man, it's been great. We #1 right now, top 8 on all cable, and it's just because of the fans. People online talking about it all over the world, and I'm happy, man, that the fans got a chance to see our journey and really know, where we come from. Because a lot of people think they know, but they have no idea. People think that I just turned out to this big time business person and don't even know the struggles, the pains, and the sacrifices. So hopefully, this documentary every week it get bigger and bigger. More and more fans are coming in, and I'm just glad to be able to tell this with so many amazing people. Be able to tell the truth, have other people tell their truth, and that was on the journey with me. So Chuck, I feel like this thing getting so big, you're not gonna make everybody happy. It's gonna be some people thinking I might have a third grade teacher or something. Why I'm not in the documentary? I got
Right.
artists that I picked up a long time ago that didn't make it. They feel like they should have been in it. Producers, ones that didn't make the big hit records with us, but was a part of the season of my life, but not the journey. It's two different things. So this is over 25 years of history, and this several different artists to be able to put that in 5 hours. And not saying that the people that was in for the season, some of the people was good, some of the people I needed to cut them out of my life. And I think that God showed me, because if I'd have kept them in my life and kept doing what I was doing, I never would have made it. I feel like I got my hustle game from the Bay Area, and I was able to create the West Coast Bad Boys. Shout out to Richmond, Oakland, and San Francisco. But also, I feel like people looked at me like I was a country boy. I got hustled a lot out there because they like, oh, let's go in the studio, and then I'm end up having to pay for it.
Right.
So, and then back then, people say, "Oh, you whack," but I was country. People figure like he a country boy, and I want people to see this. That no, I didn't just blow up overnight. I
Yeah.
tried to put records out. It didn't work. I went back in the studio. I feel like Michael Jordan got cut in high school. That motivated him to go get better. Same thing with me. Those records that I put out at first, people couldn't see it. It's my passion that drove me to like, I'm gonna get better and better, like an athlete in the gym. And that's what I did. So I tell people it's not how you start, it's how you finish. And then some people I had to cut off in my life, because if you look at it, in the documentary, in the first part, a lot of the guys from the Bay Area, they thought I had got a lot of money. So a lot of those guys was mad with me. They didn't look at, man, P got a distribution deal. He didn't get no money. So they was upset and angry for no reason. So that's why I say education is so important. I got no money up front, Chuck. So those people that was mad, you heard on the doc, they was mad, say P got the money, he took it. I didn't get any money. I signed a distribution deal. That's why I was able to build this empire, because I invested in myself. And I'm just glad that I was able to cut a lot of those people off, and they didn't make it with me. Because think about it, that would have been a lot of hood, unassessed baggage that I'd have been carrying, that people would have been ungrateful. The one guy I wish that it would have worked out with was King George, because we both came from New Orleans, but he got caught up with the manager and they wanted to go build their own thing. And I'm like, man, that's life. I wish you the best, but if I would have died in the Bay Area, got shot or got killed, nobody ever would have been talking about me or my journey. I kept going. I believed in myself. And then when I got Mia X and the rest of the crew, we brought in KLC Beats by the Pound. That's when I went back home. I was able to make a lot of those big records. I even gave people in the Bay Area opportunities, like K. Lou, one of the producers, gave him a production deal. You can't please everybody. And I just think that for my people in the Bay, I just want to tell y'all, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. But some people was just there for the season, not the journey. It's different. The journey is different. The journey, we all sticking together. We're not just in it for the money, because everybody that I work with, I paid them. Can't nobody say P ain't never paid me. So that means you did a job. So be happy with it. And then if you're going to go create your own journey, you shouldn't be angry or mad or upset at me. And I just think that's what we got to be at as people. We always beef and get mad because somebody else made it a little further. If you have talent and you're doing the right thing, God would take your talent to where it needs to be. I tell you all the time, the greatest thing about me, people don't realize, I don't make music for myself. I make it for the fans. The fans have to like your music. When I wasn't selling no records, I had to figure it out. Keep going back in the lab and get better. So hopefully this documentary inspire the next generation. Don't give up on yourself, and you're not going to be able to take everybody with you, because some people you might need to cut off to get to your destination.
Okay. Why has No Limits? You guys have universal goodwill, it seems. You know, I don't hear many grumblings. I don't hear disgruntled artists.
Yeah.
You know, every now and then you might hear a little something, but for the most part, it's pretty quiet. Everybody seems.
Let me tell you why. Everybody has been paid. Probably most of them been overpaid.
Yeah.
The thing about life, you got to realize you can't blame other people. And Chuck, that's why I got in the product business. Now I make shoes. These shoes, they ain't gonna get mad at me, Chuck P. Well, you know, I ran out of money. Well, what you did with your money, that's your business. I'm investing my money into what I want. I want a better life for my family. I'm not going to the strip club, spending all my bread. I'm not buying all this crazy stuff unless I got the money to do it. Man, let me tell you something. I didn't sit down with an artist. I didn't give them a check for $100,000. They come back and want to shoot dice with me.
Yeah.
I'm like, I gave you the check. Like, we could be here all day. You got to think. That's what I tell people. You got to pray for wisdom, not for money. I did all this stuff because I love it. A lot of these people didn't love it. They just did it for the money. That's why they're angry right now. 25 years later, they still mad at me. Like, I left them and didn't do nothing for them. I just went out and did something for myself and my family. Every man has their own opportunity. And so if you're that good, then you should be doing that for yourself. And I know you're going to find your way. After 25 years, everybody that made deals with other companies, even the artist that's in this documentary with me, all those guys should be happy because they made deals with other companies.
Absolutely.
You know, when you go back and study, real people that do the research going to say, well, a lot of these guys signed to all these different companies, so they have no reason to be upset.
Yeah, yeah. Well, talk about the status of the biopic. Are you still working on that?
Yeah, so what I wanted to do, I wanted to put this documentary out first so people could actually see the truth. So when you're watching a biopic, The Ice Cream Man King of the South, you'll be able to say, oh yeah, I remember pieces of that, but now you're gonna actually see it. You're gonna actually be able to see the journey all the way through of my life. And you're gonna see how a lot of these pieces to the puzzle came together. So that's what I wanted to do. I really wanted people to get that truth. And that's why I even let the guys that was around back then, the ones that it didn't go well with, the ones that it did, everybody tell their stories so you can actually, I think that's what the honesty in this documentary is, what I think people love about it. So they're able to relate to it. And I think when you have a family, no family is perfect. But what I did back in the days, what people don't realize, I tell people all the time, a music career lasts 3 to 5 years. I'm talking about being hot. So you have to have an exit strategy. I had an exit strategy to get in the product. After this, that, you know, while everybody else playing checkers, I'm playing chess. I'm like, you know, and then Cash Money was getting hot at the same time. Like, you know, they doing their thing. I'm playing basketball. I'm like, I'm trying to get out.
Right.
I'm trying to get out. I'm trying to cash out like everybody else. Priority cashed out with Universal. So we don't look at that. We don't look at Clyde Davis. We don't look at Doug Morris. We don't look at Jimmy Iovine. You know, all those guys then cashed out in all these business. We just sit around with each other and think that this is gonna last forever. I'm like, nah. I'm thinking outside the box. I'm thinking smart. I'm gonna take my money, put it in other things, invest in product, and here I am right now. You got the wrap noodles. You got the syrup. There ain't no more Aunt your mama. You don't need that no more. You got the pancakes. We got the wrap snacks. You know, so God has blessed me that I'm alive and I have legit product. Like, I don't have to look over my shoulder. And I could build a generational wealth with my family. So people from hip hop don't normally do that. Like I say, we beef with each other. They try to put me against Suge Knight, try to put like, so what about Suge Knight against Jimmy Iovine and all these other companies?
Yeah.
You know, like, why you don't do that? You want to take two black men and, you know, when they up, you want to put them against each other. Or when they down, you want to talk about them like, man, we got to change that narrative. And that's what I think, that God blessed me that I'm still here to be able to do this documentary and tell this story, because I never hate on no man. I'm like, I gave Suge the money he wanted for Snoop. Like it's just a business deal. But they make it like it's some big old crazy thing when, you know, we all was changing our mindset and growing at that time. Right. So I was turning into the man who I am today, and he's probably was doing the same thing and he got caught up, but we all come from the streets. So I've never feared no man. I've always respected every man I run up on, and I demand that same respect. I've always celebrated the people that came before me, because without a Jay Prince, it wouldn't be no me. Without Swab House, without Uncle Luke, you know, Tony Draper, it wouldn't be no Master P. And after me, everybody else from the South came after me. Now, whether they want to say that, you know, while I'm alive, that's cool too. You know, they normally say that when you're not here. Oh yeah, well, you know, he did this and that. I told you, I don't look for somebody to give me some flowers or celebrate me. I'm gonna celebrate myself. I'm gonna do what's best for my family.
Now, P, we got only a few minutes left. I gotta ask you this. What are young people what is the biggest mistake that young people are making right now? I've seen you talk about this in songs even.
Yeah.
What would you say?
I think the biggest mistake young people are making right now, they're not educating themselves. They just go and get the bag. And so when you get the bag, then you go right back to ignorance, because we should be praying for wisdom, not for money. So if you got the wisdom and the knowledge, you could do whatever you want to do, and you could continue. You know, you could look at my sustainability. It's all about education. You know, the young people now just want to party, get high, and then, you know, if you're a big star, how you going to keep it going? Because you're not committed to what you're doing. And so you have to be your own boss when you're building the brand. And I think the young people too, they got too many older foolish people around them, or they got some young person around them that's yes men and yes women around them. They got to get some old people around them and hold them accountable. And I just think that's the problem we making, because we don't want to use the experience and the wisdom. So with me, with my business, why I'm still here, it's not just about me. Young people think it's about them. You have to get experts around you to keep a business going. It's a team effort. It's a corporation. And it's different. I think I learned that through sports. It's not just about me. It's no I in team. And I think that the young people that are successful, they got to stop being selfish. They got to stop worrying about what their neighbor got or what they don't have, and just appreciate what they have. I never worry about what Jay-Z or Puffy or Dr. Dre have. I'm happy with what I got. And if you're successful, you should stop being angry. You should be smiling. You should be appreciating. You should be celebrating. You know, these young people now, they just angry. It's like, you angry for what? You got all this money. Why are you angry?
Right.
People with money is not walking around here angry. And they signing these bad deals because they're not reading. I said there's a lack of education. So get some experts around you. I know people don't want people to be in their business no more, but that's life. Other cultures do it. They're going to go to find somebody to make sure they get the best deal.
Right. All right. Now we only got 1 minute, but I got to ask you this.
Yes.
I saw a viral video of a brother in a wheelchair demanding Uncle P in the grocery store. Now, did you put him up to that? Because I was
no, it's crazy. I never met that guy, and that's what I'm saying. I think when you do right, God will keep blessing you. This guy out protesting for Uncle P rice, the noodles, and I finally was able to communicate with him and help him with some things. But man, I just love that guy for just, you know, getting out there and believing in a whole Black product matters. I mean, he out there saying, you know, Black lives matter is the most important thing, but now it's true. If we don't own nothing and we're not making no money, we can't help our culture and help our people. With my product, the more we make, the more we give. Our people quick to say, well, the noodles, how much sodium? I say, well, how much sodium is in ramen noodles? Or the rice, oh, is the rice healthy? Is Uncle Ben rice healthy? I get it made at the same place. We done spent billions of dollars. We've been buying that for over 130 years. In order for us to change the narrative, we have to support each other. So, I mean, man, I salute that brother, man. Being out there, I've never met him. I thought he was from the South somewhere. He from the East Coast. I'm like,
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hey, man, look, I just want to say, man, I'm rocking with Uncle P. I can't wait to get my hands on the product. And also, and I definitely want to get a full interview with you for All Hip Hop, man. We definitely have been supportive of you for years, and I salute you all the time, man.
Now, I appreciate you, man. For the shoes, y'all got to go to manyatis.com and get the hookup, man. We taking over.
You got to spell that. Spell that for me.
MONEYATTI.com.
Okay.
Miyagi, let me tell y'all what Miyagi's, the whole thing about this whole Miyagi, where it came from, is about motivating oneself, not encourage you actively to think independently. And so we got to change the narrative, and it start with us owning our own product.
Okay. All right. Yeah, man, appreciate you. Continue on. And I'm glad to see you getting your, even though you don't look for it, but glad to see you getting your flowers now. We're going to keep giving them to you. We're going to keep.
I definitely appreciate y'all, man. And I got to say, you know, R.I.P. to Nipsey Hussle, man. The marathon continue, man. This a guy that still should have been here with us, man, because he was on a mission to do something big. So we got to stop killing us. And I'm noticing that a lot of young people are dying in hip hop. Man, don't be afraid to grow up and change that narrative, change your mindset, live for your family. You got a whole life to live, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
All right.
Peace.
Yes.
All right. Thank you, Chuck.